Hey guys, it's Pastor Phil, and I'm reaching out to you today with a pretty significant announcement. I'll just cut right to the chase and let you know that I believe that God is leading me to step out in faith and to begin to pursue some areas of ministry that have been on my heart for a long time. So with that, I'll be stepping down from my various roles at the church at the end of this year. Now, this is just a very, very bittersweet thing for me. In one sense, it's very exciting. It's exhilarating. It's thrilling to step out in faith and to serve the Lord and to watch Him go before me and order my steps and open doors before me. That's all very exciting. But it's also really difficult. I've been at the church now for 22 years. 22 years, that's a long time. This is the only church that my children have ever known. And so this is going to be a very big adjustment both for me and my family. But can I tell you, the hardest part of this, the hardest thing by far, is that I will miss serving the Lord with you. I love you guys so much. I love the people of this church. I love serving among you. And that is going to be the most difficult thing of all, is that I will miss seeing you every week. So as we talk about change, as we talk about transitions, I don't know how that strikes you. You might be really excited for me right now. You might also have concerns. You might be wondering, well, what is this going to look like going forward? And as much as I can, I just want to put your hearts and your minds at ease and just remind you that the Lord is the head of His church, that God is the head of His church, that He's going before us to prepare good works that we would walk in them. I believe God has good things for us. So as much as I can, I just want to put you at ease and let you know that in time, all of these things, that God is going to be at work in them and that He's going to be glorified in the midst of it. If you have questions, if you have concerns, Pastor Jim will be sharing at length this Sunday. He's going to be talking about this during our time of Bible study. He'll be sharing from the scriptures. He'll be sharing from his heart. He'll be giving us a vision of what it's going to look like going forward, as well as talking about opportunities for you to step into and begin to serve the Lord perhaps in new ways. So please, don't be troubled. Trust the Lord. I believe He's going to go before us, and I believe that He has good things in store. You may also be wondering, well, Pastor Phil, what is it that you're going to be doing? And to answer that question, let me give you just a little bit of my background, a little bit of my story. It was 22 years ago that I came to this church to serve alongside Pastor Jim. And at that time, my expectation was that I would be here probably about 2 years. That was really my thought. I'd be here for 2 years, and then God would send me elsewhere or send me out to do ministry in one way or another. Well, here we are. It's been 22 years, and 20 years longer than I ever imagined. If you had told me that I would be here for 22 years, I don't think I ever would have believed you. And yet, guys, I am so thankful for this season. I don't have any regrets. I'm so thankful to Pastor Jim. I'm so thankful to our servant team and to the Lord for giving me this opportunity. And yet, with that said, there's always been a sense, I've always had a sense that God would sooner or later, that He would open the door for me to go out, and He would open the door for new areas of ministry for me. And I just believe that now is that time. For me, it was never an if, it was always a when it would happen. And I believe, Autumn believes, we both just sense that God has been preparing us for this season, for this time. Now, with that said, I have to tell you, as He began to stir us up for this, we really had no idea what it would look like. We just began to take little steps of faith. We didn't know where we would end up. We didn't know what we would be stepping into or where we would even be going. We just wanted to follow the Lord's leading, and so we began to take little steps of faith. It reminds me of the story, one of my favorite stories, in fact, of Jesus walking on the water. It's an account that has always stuck out to me, always been special to me, and I've shared it a number of times in my teaching, talked about it as an illustration and such, and now I have the chance to step out and to get out of the boat. And the story, if you're familiar with it, it's the account of Jesus walking on the water. And if you remember the story, the waves are crashing and they're coming into the boat, and Jesus just walks by and he's walking on the sea, and he invites Peter to step out of the boat and onto the waves and to walk on the water with him. And in a very real way, for me, it's just kind of an exciting moment that I get to do this. I get to step out of the safety of the boat, step out into the unknown, and just walk with the Lord. So it's an exciting moment for me, and just praying that the Lord would lead me into all that he has. Well, with that said, I want to pray the same for you and ask the same for you, that God would bring you into everything that he has. And here's kind of my specific prayer for Calvary Chapel of Roswell. I am praying that these ministries that I've been a part of, these ministries that I've overseen, that God would take them to new heights, that God would expand them, that God would grow them, that God would cause these ministries to be more fruitful in the future. And I'm praying that God would breathe just fresh life into these ministries, that he would bring new leaders into them, new people to come and participate and be a part of them, and that God would bless them to the glory of his name. That's what I'm praying for. And so if you sense that the Lord is leading you into any of these areas, then I just want to encourage you, step out in faith, be open, be willing to step out of the boat and onto the water. And so with that said, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for your friendship over the years. I want to thank you for your prayers, those of you that have prayed for me, those of you who have encouraged me, those that have served alongside me. I thank the Lord for you. I thank the Lord for this opportunity. I will always think fondly of Calvary Chapel of Roswell, and in so many ways, this will always be home, and you will always be family. And so may the Lord richly bless you.